One of the biggest time sinks when creating videos is editing. Half your week is gone planning, scripting, and shooting your videos. And the last thing you want to do is spend the last half of the week editing the whole time. And I know how painful it is, the late nights, trying to catch up on your edits. And some of you are doing this all while working full-time, and some of you, just like me, are running a business full-time. If like me, you've undertaken the ambitious task to create one video a week for the whole year, and you're still editing videos yourself, well, this might just be the video for you. So what I want to do in this video is show you the process that I've used in my production company to help all of my editors, including myself, put out videos faster. The fastest way to speed up your editing is hotkeys. Once we clean up this clip that has a bunch of talking with 4 parts that we want to remove. Just with a simple edit like this, you save half the time. So let's go through the 5 hotkeys that I use to speed up my edit. So I'm going to assume that you know all the general hotkeys, and I'm going to take you to the ones that create the most effect. So the first hotkey, and arguably the best hotkey that you need to know, is ripple trim. And the way that this hotkey works is it trims everything from either the left or right of your playhead, depending on whether you press Q or E. Why is this powerful? Well, you can delete big sections of videos without having to lift your hand off your keyboard. Let me show you an example. What some of you guys may do to clean up a clip like this is you may just drag the ends of the clip and tidy it up, which is fine. And what some other people may do is they might use their razor hotkey, trim the parts that they want, and simply delete. But what ripple trim allows you to do is simply with one click, you can hit Q, go to the end, and click W. Now that's just tackling the edges of the clip. But with the next hotkey that I'm going to talk about, you'll be able to do this with the middle. This is probably one of the biggest time saves and helped all of our editors ramp up their editing speed. But more importantly, when used with this process that I'll show you after I've told you about all the hotkeys that we use, it dramatically speeds up how fast you can edit something. The next hotkey that I want to jump into is just getting off using the razor tool. And what we're going to use is add edit instead. Currently this hotkey is on Control K, but because we use hotkey so much, I think we need to rebind it to a different hotkey. What we've decided to opt for is H because it's close enough for all of our editors to reach, and it's near some very important hotkeys that some of you will know. Now to rebind that hotkey, go to Edit, down to Keyboard Shortcuts, and then search what hotkey you're looking for. Then we go to the shortcut, remove it, click again, and then press H. Click OK, and now we have it bound. The next hotkey that I want to jump into is the JKL hotkeys. The J hotkey is for reverse playback. The K hotkey is for pause playback, and the L hotkey is for forward playback. So if you press J once, you'll go at 1 times speed. If you press it twice, you'll go at 2 times speed. If you press it again, it will double again, so go to 4 times speed. And if you press it again, it will double again to 8 times speed. Now, why is this important? It means that we get to cut a little bit faster. I'll either listen to a cut at 2x speed or 4x speed if I want to cut really fast, but this allows you to get through the bulk of your cleanup. So the first time doing this is probably going to take a little getting used to if you're not used to listening to things on 2 times speed. But if you stick with it, trust me, it'll help speed up your editing. Now the next hotkey, which technically isn't a hotkey, it's actually the label hotkey. Currently you can change the colors or the labels of all of your clips. We've categorized what colors mean different things. So for us, we have 3 main colors that we work with. Yellow meaning good, brown meaning awesome or keep this, and the last one is green, which is I'm not sure this should be here or remove this. I do want to do a deeper dive on this later if you're someone who has an editor or works with an editor so that you can share information back and forth without having to communicate. But for now, we'll just keep it simple for the purpose of this video. The last hotkey that I mentioned, which is more like an honorable mention, which will have to go to the enable hotkey. By default, it's bound to Shift E, and for me, I feel that we use it so often that we've just rebound it to just E. Now we have all these hotkeys under our belt, it's time to move to the next most important part, which is the story cut. We call this a story cut because we come from the narrative world where we need to get our story down on paper so that everyone in the team or anyone who's on the project is across it. Now, just like a painter, we're trying to get as much paint down on the canvas as possible and trying to rough in a rough shape of what our story will look like. This is where we build everything from. This is not where you add music, add B-roll, start to work on different sequences that you think were cool. This is where we really start to nail down the story. And to do that, what we need to do is firstly remove all the stuff we don't need. And we'll categorize as best as possible anything that we think is good or anything that we think is amazing. We do have advanced techniques for categorizing if you'd like to see those in a different video. But for now, let's just keep it simple. Okay, but what does it really look like in practice? I'm not going to show you a full edit, but I'm going to show you how quickly we can process these clips. Now, where do I start with a clip like this? As you can see, we've got our waveform that we can edit off as well. And what I'll tend to do is I'll just start listening at 1 or 2 times speed. Without hotkeys, I can see a mistake, so I can quickly use my ripple trim, and then I can continue. So I'll double tap L. I like that, so I'll come back here, hit H to split the clip, come back to where I can see my next portion is, press Q again, and continue. Let me take you into an edit and show you this example. Let me show you this example. What I'll do here is I'm going to press H to split the clip again. I'm actually going to label this as a good take, right? So for me, I hit the plus key, and we've got a brown clip, meaning this is good. I've still kept this other portion as an option, but this lets me know that I've got a good take of this section. I'll move on and I'll just quickly jump down the waveform to somewhere here. Knowing how to edit by waveform is definitely something that can help speed up your editing. And if you add other audio cues like a double clap for a good take or a bad take, you can quickly spot in a large section of talking like this where you might have a good take. Watch me trim this bit with 3 pauses. Watch me trim this clip with 3 pauses. Watch me cut out these. Watch me trim this clip that has 3 silences. Watch me trim this clip that has 3 silences. I can see that I changed a word, so I'm just still going through. Watch me clean up this clip that has a bunch of talking with 3 silences. Now I think I like that, so I'll come in here, and instead of actually adding an add edit, I can just remove all that stuff. And see how I've just removed a huge section? That's actually quite crucial here because I don't have to scrub back through. Watch me clean up this clip that has a bunch of talking with 3 silences. Trim a little bit more. This clip has a bunch of talking with 3 silences. Normally for something like this, someone will use something like the. Yeah. So for something like this, some people might use the cut tool. For something like this, someone might use the bit tool, or they might use for something like this, someone might use the eraser tool too. And yeah, that's how we process the clip. And what this does is within a short amount of time, we know where all of our good clips are and we've removed all the fluff from our video. Too often, I think the biggest mistake people do is they work on section by section by section and they perfect one section and they perfect a second section. And what they try to do is put these jigsaw puzzles together. And what can end up happening is that you can have all these beautiful sections, but sometimes they just don't fit together perfectly. And actually what you might need is half of one of the sections to put into another section. So that's why we try to start with the story cut first, so that we know that the story that we're trying to tell is the right one. So now go through, you've got all the puzzle pieces that you need to start to put together your video. This is the perfect way to categorize and churn through as much as possible so you can really start to put those story elements together. So now that you have your story cut, you can move on to the best part, adding B-roll, music, and all the other lovely stuff. Now I hope this video gave you insight to how we edit our videos, and I hope this is giving you ideas on how you might improve your process in your editing. If it did help you at all, I'd love it if you could tell us in the comments below, and subscribe if you're someone who's wanting to improve their video this year.